Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Potion here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a underground type beat for Blood inside of Ableton Live. I know there's a lot of FL Studio tutorials for this type of genre, but not a lot of Ableton, so this is why I'm here today. I'm going to show y'all the beat first. I'm going to go ahead and explain my process behind every element of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Alright, so yeah guys, that is the beat here. It is kind of like a Blood type beat, but I don't know, there's a lot of different artists that this is suitable for in my opinion. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave it right here on the screen. I am more than happy to cook up some beats with you guys, or if you guys have any questions, anything like that. I am sending out to a lot of artists right now, so yeah, feel free to hit me up, give me a follow, and let's connect. So I have this little melody laid out here. This is what I started with, and then I eventually like flipped and resampled everything. Start with this layer right here. We've got a Serum 2. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, very simple, guys. And as you can see, I am on a really strange scale here. I don't know if you can see, but C Hungarian minor. I chose a really odd scale, not your typical minor scale or major scale for this one. It just makes it sound a lot different. And yeah, guys, so the next layer I have here, this is what it sounds like. It is also Serum 2, I believe. Yeah, just another preset here. It's just a layer, so it's the exact same thing, just layered up. Very unique sound, that one, so that's why I chose it. And then the last two are also layers. Let's take a look here. This is what they sound like together. I think they're both Serum 2 kind of plucky sounds. So yeah, very simple stuff, honestly. And together, all together, it sounds like this. Hopefully you guys can't hear my mic echoing. Alright guys, so that is the first melody I started out with. So now after I made this melody here, I basically resampled it all. So what you can do is you can just highlight all of it and then go to bounce to new tracks or bounce to tracks in place, whatever you prefer. And then I kind of got these stems, but this is going to sound completely different to what I just played, but let me play it for you. A lot different. So basically what I actually did here is I went in and I basically played with the pitch. I played with the stretching. Some of them, you see these two buttons right here, you can stretch or kind of shrink. I don't know how to describe it. With the audio here, you just want to play with the audio a lot if you want to make those more dark, twisted, distorted sounding. Definitely play with the audio and the pitch like that and effects. I'm gonna go layer by layer one more time here. So this is the first. So yeah, this one I think I went ahead and reversed it. So yeah, let me play it. So yeah, this one is reversed. I didn't add any effects to it, honestly. I think I EQ'd it right before so this one I did EQ. So yeah, I basically cut off the lows and then just bounced it. I didn't have any effects on the bounce version because it just was kind of like a bass to my melody. I didn't want it to have too like crazy elements to it. So this is the next layer. I really love how the sound turned out. It's so like twisted and distorted, but then again, I think it is this sound here. Yeah, so I think it is that sound and I just reversed it. So yeah, then again, I stretched it, pitched it, all that stuff. There's no exact method I'm going to tell you what to do when it comes to stretching and pitching. It all depends on what sounds better to you. I'm just saying, like, go ahead and play with your audio more. Like, what I mean by that is don't even rely on just effects. Like, there's more you can do than just slap effects on your sounds. You can play with the pitch, you can play with the stretching of it, you can cut it up. Like, you don't have to just rely on effects here, guys, if you want to stand out especially. All right, this is the next layer here. I left this one pretty simple. I think it is just, yeah, it is just this layer, but repitched. So yeah, as you guys can tell, I have some very like twisted, weird sounds here, but then also some more melodic sounds. It's good to keep that balance, honestly. So yeah, guys, this is honestly just a melody. It's actually a lot simpler than it may seem. And then there is this one other layer here, which is just the other layer to this part. I'll play it for you. So this is just this. What I did to this part to make it different is I reversed this. So this one is not, and this one is. And then I also stretched it. I pressed warp and then in beats mode here. And basically the difference from beats mode, actually I'm just gonna play it for you. So basically with warping, this is what it sounds like in beats mode. This is what it sounds like in complex mode. So complex basically makes it sound more smooth, and it kind of smoothens it out, especially when you're stretching it a lot. But when you go into beats mode, it kind of like gives it that gross beat effect almost, or it just like makes it more choppy. See how it's more pulsy? I think this beats mode is very well fitting for these type of beats. So definitely go ahead and play with these warping settings here. As far as controlling goes, I basically have a multi-band compressor in my melody group, which is just all of my elements of my melody. I have a multi-band compressor, and then I just have an EQ, which cuts out lows. And I usually just like, depending on the beat, I like slide this up or down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to drums here now. So basically, I'm just gonna play the drum pattern by itself for you guys here. All right, guys, let's move on to the drums here. I actually had to record this a second time because my fucking mic was echoing throughout the entire recording. So yeah, I'm just gonna play the pattern for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic. Hopefully I don't forget. So yeah, guys, very simple pattern, honestly. Nothing too crazy. Blood type beats do get a little crazier with the drums sometimes, so don't be afraid to play around with your drums. Go crazy with it, go simple with it. I have been liking my simple drums as of recently, but it is honestly, it does come in phases for me. But yeah, let's start with the hi-hat here. I'm just gonna play them all one by one individually and then go over some mixing. Wow, can you guys believe it? It's literally just 4 drum elements in this beat. As far as drum processing goes, I basically have a drum bus here. I have the transient a little bit high, and then I have the dry wet at around 80. Definitely play around with this plugin. I love this fucking plugin. It's good on 808s, bass, it's good on drums, it's good on a lot of things, honestly. And I just have the soft clipper rack here by Fearless Beats. If you're an Ableton user, I'm sure you've heard of him. And then I just have the Spectrum, which is just a visualizer. But yeah, let's move on to the bass here. So this 808, I have a lot of bullshit on it, as you can see here. I'm gonna start with the pattern, and then I'll just get on to what I actually did here. Alright, so yeah, that is the 808 pattern here. Let's start with the sample, and then we're gonna go all throughout this chain here. So this is a ginseng 808, a bass 808, and I'm gonna actually just play it without any processing on it. Let's just like go ahead and mute all of this stuff. With processing. Alright, basically, so I just dragged the sample in, I boosted the gain a little bit here, and then I got an EQ, and then I just kind of like cut off most of the high end because I knew I was going to be like distorting it later down. And then I got a default Ableton saturator. I put it on bass shaper mode. I put the threshold to 0, cranked the drive a little bit. I left the soft clip option off, and then just had it on 100% dry wet. And then guys, Drum Bus is actually a very underrated plugin here. I didn't really use it too much in this. If you guys are struggling with like having your bass more prominent in your mixes, especially on like phone speakers and stuff, guys, Drum Bus is like incredible for that. If you just like crank up the crunch and then like dry wet maybe like 50 or less, like just play with it, guys. It's actually a very solid plugin. All right, next I have this roar sequence here. This is a default roar preset, I think. If I just go to roar and then audio effects, basic feedback. Yeah, basic feedback, literally just this one. It just sounded cool. Um, yeah, it just gives it more like fucking, I don't even know, it just makes it crazy. So I'd use that one. And then I have another default one, bass fattener. So I just drag that one on, it just makes it fatter. This one really boosts it actually. Like this is a very, very underrated default Ableton bass roar sequence here. So definitely look out for bass fattener and basic feedback. Next, I just have an EQ here. I just cut off more of the highs again because it was getting a bit crazy. But like honestly, guys, depending on the beat, like this, that could work. Like I can't even lie. Like it just all depends on the beat and what you're looking for. I have a tuner here. I always have a tuner in my 808 chain just to make sure that it is on key. And then, yeah, after all that, I have the utility cranked by like 3, and I basically have it clipping into this soft clipper here. This is the E1 soft clipper. Very, very solid soft clipper. It reminds me a lot of the Fruity FL soft clipper. There's a lot of different options and stuff. So yeah, shout out Wonder Girl and her plugins team. It's a very solid option. You could also got OTT, all this shit, which is very nice. And yeah, that is the bass here. And I'm going to go over my master chain real quick here as well. For my masters, oh my god, so simple, guys. I used to have this giant master chain, which I still use sometimes. But right now, especially for this beat, I literally just have a EQ. I boost some of the low end below 200, and I boost some of the high end above 5K. That's it. And then I also have the soft clipper on at the end, which I told you about, the same one. And then I have it on the Master 2 mode. A lot of these different options sound crazy. So honestly, a very worth plugin if you guys are looking to get some plugins. And I just wanted to say again, guys, I know how hard it is to find tutorials, especially in this genre on this DAW. It's all fucking FL Studio and maybe some Logic. So yeah, definitely, if you guys are on Ableton or making this type of genre and struggle to find these tutorials, definitely follow me, connect with me on Instagram. I'm so happy to help give feedback or give you tips or even make beats with you, like I said. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I made this video kind of quick. I hope you guys learned something from this video. As I said, I am definitely wanting to upload more videos frequently. So if you guys are part of the Ableton family, I know how hard it is to find tutorials for this DAW, especially in this type of genre. So guys, definitely follow my Instagram, all that stuff, because I will be uploading more often and I'll be sharing all my sauce I've learned throughout all these several years that I've been producing on this DAW. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.